That's not right. But it is good enough. This is the Sig 556, and I'm going to throw a new scope on it, which is the Primary Arms PLXc second focal plane scope. And so we're going to open this up and then throw this on here with, what am I going to use? This Midwest Industries mount, which I think is 30 millimeters. If it's not, then we're going to have a bad day. And then we're going to compare that second focal plane scope to this Eotech Vudu, which is a 1 to 10 Eotech Vudu. And we're going to kind of run this course that we've got set up down here. I think the total course is like 28 rounds. Well, we'll go shoot that, and then I'm going to compare, you know, what the first focal plane, and 1x only on the scopes is what I'm going to be using for both of these, and just really comparing the difference between first focal plane versus second focal plane, and see how different they are, how they feel, and whatnot. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to open this thing up. There we go. Okay, cool. One interesting thing that I found on this is here. So this scope is in mils or MRAD. I don't know if it says it on here, but it is. But it has windage and elevation is marked in MOA, which I'm like, is that normal? I feel like it's not, but whatever. Did not pay a bunch of money for a fancy box. Well, this is a nice box. It's got the logo on it. Cool. Bunch of user manuals for people that know how to read. And the scope. Okay, cool. So the scope, whoa, that came off. This is really light. I don't know why I'm looking at what that is. Okay, it comes with a sticker, that's good. If you were a collector of holographic Pokemon cards, you know that's a good sign. Pull this. That means we're in Texas. Oh, that's cool, okay. Uh-oh. This is the Nova scope, and I'm just now realizing that I didn't bring a battery. What's in here? A battery! Look at that! We're good. Okay, let me see if I can find, oh, that's the brightness. Okay, let me find my tool real quick. This is how you know this is not a review model, this is mine. And that I also have a very low respect for the things that I purchase. What the fuck? There's 21. I'm confused. Okay, well, this is going great. Okay, so anyway, I guess I could have just looked and it's on. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do all the nerdy crap and look at the specs and stuff when I get back to my garage because it's 1,000 degrees. Where should this probably go? Feels about right. Let's see. Cool. Yeah, no, that's a good 1x. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go down there, throw our ears on, and start shooting some stuff.
Shooter ready.
Oh, my hamstrings. Oh, that was awful. Oh, shit. Ah! Shit, I forgot to reload. Oh my God. Oh, that smells so bad. Oh, that suppressor. Ready. Wait.
That means shoot. Shooter ready.
Ready. Pretend like that didn't happen. Oh, that's good. My buffer tube's coming loose. Cool. Cool. So we got a clean slate here, and I'm gonna run it 3 times without stopping, which is 28 times 3, so 84 bullets. And so basically I'm gonna try to just count only the holes that punch through the white, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And so if it's not on that paper, then it doesn't count. And I'm just gonna try to tally up how many I get. And so this is the Sig 556 with the PLXc SFP 1-8, shooting exclusively on 1X because no reason for more than that. Okay, so let's do it. Oh gosh, this is gonna be hot. This is already hot, everything's hot. Still says it's 90, it's not 90.
Shooter ready.
Yes, sir.
Stand by.
You warned me about this.
I did warn you.
Oh, wait, what the Oh my God. That was terrible.
Clear that.
Whatever, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, let's go look. So out of 84, oh my God. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, yeah, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 3, ooh, that's 53, 53, 54, 55, that doesn't count, 55, 56, 57, is that one? 50,
Yeah.
58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64.
Yeah.
64, 65, 66, 67, 67, 67. Okay, so I mean 67 out of 84 could be better. Could be better, definitely. There was, at the end of it, I was like pulling like hard.
Yeah.
Just because it's like that gun, I mean the barrel just gets damn hot. I need gloves. But yeah, no, that was good. 67. Because I don't know, I mean, I kind of like that metric because it's like, yeah, it's not an alpha. If it's bigger than an alpha, I think an alpha is 6 inches. Like this is an alpha. And then I'm saying, I'm just aiming for this, but it's kind of like, I'm also not counting Charlies, you know, because I have a few Charlies here and whatever that I'm not counting, or there. I don't know, that's not a Charlie, that's a whatever, Delta. Anyways, whatever, cool. Today we are looking at the Primary Arms PLXc 1 to 8 second focal plane that Primary Arms just released, and this is, you know, kind of the follow-up to their first focal plane PLXc, which I've never shot the the first focal plane PLXc. So this is the second focal plane version. I've heard really good things about the first focal plane one, and so that made me want to get the second focal plane. The reason I never got the first focal plane one was because I have an Eotech Vudu 1 to 10 first focal plane, and I've shot it. I don't know. I've only had it for about a year. Really, I'm wanting to have an LPVO more for like the 1X. Well, not the primary use, but you know, I have a really good 1X, but I can also go out to, you know, 300 to 200 meters and just dial up, you know, if I want to. So I got a really good 1 to 8 second focal plane and then a really good 1 to 10 first focal plane. You know, both similar price range. I got the Primary Arms for $12.75 plus tax, I think. And then same with the Vudu. It was from Eotech for however much, $1,300. Yeah, and the Vudu's on a Vortex mount, and Primary Arms is on a Midwest Industries. The Vudu is a good bit bigger and a good bit heavier as well. But the PLX, that's more of a statement on the how light the PLXc is. PLXc is extremely light. It's like right around 1 pound, 16, 17 ounces, something like that. We got our little mic up here to help me with the audio. The Vudu has the click lock turret system, so you just lift up on this and then you just click, and they're pretty audible, defined clicks, and then, you know, that just raises up and goes down. Then this is capped. I took it off obviously, but the clicks on this are pretty good as well. I do like the click lock on the Eotech probably a little bit more than the capped, but you can switch this to be totally exposed as well, but I just haven't messed around with it yet. So yeah, so that's that for the turrets. Moving the difficulty in engaging the throw lever, I want to say it's about the same on these. Yeah, I mean the PLXc feels a little stiffer, but I've also, you know, had it for literally a week, whereas I've had the Vudu significantly longer. So yeah, so kind of the criteria that I have for this is I am so sweaty. My God, because it's like 100 degrees in here. So I'm really just getting these more for fun than anything, and this is primarily just more competition focused shooting. Well, I guess I won't say competition focused because I'm not a competition shooter, but you know, USPSA focused drills that are being performed recreationally, I guess. So yeah, so from that perspective, for these scopes, the kind of testing that I've done on these, and it's not anything scientific, this is more of just me like, which one do I like more? I will compare the higher magnifications later, but for the purposes of this video, I'm really just comparing the 1X on both of them and seeing how good, I guess how much better the Nova is than the Vudu. Because theoretically, I feel like the Nova should be better at 1X because it's gonna have a brighter dot, it's second focal plane, so you don't have to, so you can still see the reticle when you're outside of the eye box. Because on the Vudu, it's first focal plane, so if you're outside the eye box, like it's just black. Whereas the Nova, it's, you know, if you're outside the eye box, you still see like a faint like crosshair with the red dot in the middle, which is huge because, you know, if you've ever done any of these like both eyes open shooting drills, you know, you put a piece of tape on the other side of your red dot, and then, you know, it forces you to focus on the target. You know, you have to have both eyes open, because if you're focusing on the dot, then you're just going to see black tape. But if you're focusing on the target, then you'll see a little bit of black tape in the red dot, but you'll also see the target. And so that's kind of the spirit of what I'm trying to get a benefit out of with the second focal plane, is you leveraging that capability of seeing the red dot when you're not in the eye box, and then being able to use that, you know, keep both eyes open in your target focus, and then it's like it gets a little black, but it's like not a big deal, because like you're still there, because that's one of the biggest downsides to LPVOs, is that they have an eye box. Like a red dot, like, you know, do you see the dot, like yes or no? Whereas LPVOs, you know, usually you have to be a little more behind it to actually get a clear sight picture. But I think with SFPs, you know, that is somewhat mitigated by the fact that you can still see the dot even though it's black. So you can see right around here, you know, the eye box is pretty good. And then if we scooch all the way back, so, you know, you have a good, you know, inch or so of eye box there. But you can see, you know, me moving this up and down, kind of get a sense for where the eye box is. If we crank it up to the max here, eye box is going to get a little weird on us. And then, whoop. Then you get the super duper donut of death, and that's at 5x-ish, 5.5, something like that. Where'd it go? There it is. It kind of freaks you out sometimes. Like, oh my God, like, it's right there. Okay, and then that's all the way at 10x. And there it is. Yeah, I've got the little weird crosshair. I got the plus sign, it's called the LE5 reticle, because I remember thinking, you know, that's a bigger reticle, so it should have a better red dot. I don't know if that's true or not. I will say that the brightness on this is not nearly as bright as the Nova. Like out at the gun range, like it's daylight visible, I think is what some folks have said. You know, is one of the terms. Like it looks maroon, but that's at like 2 or 3 p.m. in Texas on a sunny day in July. So like, it's not going to get much brighter than that. And now let's look at the, yeah, you can already see this thing's already glowing from off camera, which is kind of freaking me out, because I think that's just been on for forever, so I'm going to need to change that battery soon. I need to get one of those auto live caps. But yeah, so you can see already immediately what I'm talking about, where you can see this off side, whereas here, like, you don't see it until it's like, where is it? There it is. So, so you know, that is the major benefit of the PLXc, and it's pretty crisp of a picture. Let me try to get this in. Yeah, you can see it's so bright that it's illuminating. I don't know. That's kind of a weird little, I guess maybe that's the fiber wire. I don't know. Don't come here for actual gun reviews, guys. So that's the PLXc SFP, and then I'll try to hold this. Yeah, so to get a sense of the eye box on this one, you know, going side to side, going down, and then we can kind of scoot back a little bit. You know, so the eye box is like decent. It's not any better, not any worse, really. I mean, they're very comparable. I'm sure if someone wants to get a measuring tape out, which I thought about doing, but I'm not going to, because the last time I measured something, it did not go well. So yeah, I mean, you can get a sense of kind of the eye box, but that's the biggest perk to me, is that, you know, you can see the red dot even without being directly behind the scope. So I think that's pretty huge, especially at 1x. And then, you know, as we crank it up to 2x, you know, the reticle's not going to change, but, you know, that's because it's confident, you know, in who it is as a person, and knows it doesn't need to change. So, and I have no idea what's happening. There it is. Well, I'm really, yeah, okay. So the 8X on it, I mean, I'm staring at a wall. I don't know. Overall, you know, the build quality on both of these is pretty good. Very comparable, I think. So, you know, and to anyone that's wanting to get a good second focal plane, you know, I think the PLXc is a good optic to get. I mean, granted, that's also the only SFP that I've got. I kind of want to pick up the SFP, the PLXc SFP, and see how that goes. But I mean, it's only $300, so it's not like, you know, too crazy to get. And I've heard that one's great. I wonder how much better the PLXc is. I also don't remember. I think the SLX is a 1:6 only. But you know, I've heard great things about that, especially for, you know, it's like not free, but I mean, that's cheap for some of these optics get up to, like, you know, if you want to mess around with night forces and all that crap. They get real expensive real quick. Yeah, I haven't really seen any other reviews on the PLXc, but I still wanted to get it just because I've heard that the first focal plane was so good, and I'm like, yeah, this one could be pretty good too. So, and I wanted a second focal plane to really, you know, test out that 1X performance. And I will say, you know, when I ran this course a couple of days ago, the course that I was running is, you know, a lot of running, and I think it's 28 shots, and mostly, you know, I'm trying to run it for time and, you know, get as many shots on target in the A zone as possible. I definitely ran it better with the Vudu, which I guess should be surprising because the Vudu is a first focal plane, and it's, you know, a 1:10, and the little 1X, I mean, it's like a little dot, you know, it's very hard to see. But at the end of the day, like, I've had the Vudu for a year, and I've had the Nova for a week. So, and that was the first time I shot the Nova. I mean, I mounted it on the range for the first time. So, so, you know, I'm still trying to learn it. I'm still trying to learn it, and, you know, I'll probably just go take it up to this gun range, you know, right down the street from me, you know, go learn the eye box a little better and practice with it, and then kind of retest on it. But so I think that the Nova, I will be faster with the Nova at some point, but right now I'm faster with the Vudu just because I've shot it significantly more. Anyone's wanting to get one of these, you know, I definitely say go for it. They're both great, especially, you know, they're both bright enough. And the thing with the Vudu not being super bright, yeah, it is kind of annoying, but also the reticle is great as well. You know, that big donut circle, like, I know it's supposed to be, the idea is like, just whatever you want to shoot, like, circle it. I was really more focused on shooting at the center reticle and not really leveraging that huge outer circle on the Vudu. So I probably need to try that a little better.